Hello, everybody.
Nicholas Robert Holmes, 24W835-326.
Judge, this is Edward Nykel appearing on behalf of and with Nicholas Robert Holmes, who's present here with me. State your name, sir.
Okay, I can't, all I see is a picture of you, Mr.
Oh,
Nykel.
I'm sorry. Yep, I got to put you back on here.
That's all right.
Start video. Yeah, there we go.
Good morning, Your Honor. Nicholas Robert Holmes.
All right. So he pled no contest to this vulgar, indecent calls, and the agreement was to be taken under 771.1. The prosecutor, let me just double check one thing. I believe, the prosecutor scratched out 12 and made it 9. Probation's recommending 12 months, but that's what happened. So have you had a chance to review the report with your client, and are there any material additions, corrections, or deletions?
We have gone over it. Just a few issues, I guess. It says in the police report that the defendant stated he was highly intoxicated. He doesn't believe he ever said that to the officer. He just said he had no memory of what had happened. I don't know if the officer took that as because he must have been highly intoxicated or something, but he didn't make that statement to the officer as in part of the interview. As far as the medication, he is on omeprazole, which is to control his
acid reflux.
Acid reflux, and it's supposed to assist with his diagnosis since 2007 for irritable bowel syndrome. So he has that condition, which requires him to have to be near a bathroom pretty much all the time. I only say
I'm not sure you needed to add all that.
No, I just mentioned that because of the recommendation for court work program. I just don't know how that would work. But anyway, I'm addressing these. That's about it as far as issues that to bring to the court's attention.
Okay. Anything you would like to say?
Well, with respect to the recommendation, I appreciate I thought it had been like 6 to 9 months that we had talked about for the term. And I was a bit surprised to see a 12-month recommendation.
I don't think they look at the step forms. I'm fine with 9 months.
Yeah. Okay. So that as far as the recommendation for, well, I want to point out to Your Honor that, of course, it's pretty blatant that he scored a category 2 in the alcohol and a 1 on the drug user. He doesn't appear to be a person who identifies with having an alcohol or a drug problem. It is recommended that he attend alcohol and drug education. Also says he reported a history of blackouts. I don't know about that. He says that the only time he really has a lack of memory is regarding this incident before the court. So a history of blackouts, I suppose if you consider one incident to be a history, then perhaps so, but otherwise he would take issue with that. The recommendation, I guess what I'm trying to say to Your Honor, my client doesn't see this as an alcohol matter.
Well, that's a double-edged sword, though, isn't it? I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand this kind of thing, but go ahead.
Well, just asking that you modify the recommendation with respect to not consuming or possessing alcohol. I mean, it's not something that is a big part of his life. He likes to be able to go to events from time to time where alcohol may be present. Certainly restaurants, he never goes to bars and just sits and drinks. But we would ask Your Honor to take that into consideration. Also want you to know that, and I have a letter, just obtained it late yesterday from his counselor. He's attending personal counseling. I don't know if I can maybe share the letter on the screen to you here.
Sure.
If you'd like, here it is. See if that.
Or you can read it depending how long it is. I mean, I'll just ask you to email it over. Why don't you just email it over to Lisa
Okay.
and she can, John can get it for me.
Yeah, I can
okay?
just paraphrase some of this, that he's
Fine.
been attending therapy sessions at Liberty Mental Health. His counselor is Mackenzie Miller, and he's done so since November 25th. He and had another meeting with her on December 10th. And another one is scheduled for the 16th of December. Active participant in sessions, setting goals to implement coping skills to decrease anxiety and stress, learn positive communication skills, and decrease overall frequency and intensity of drinking habits. So I guess I want to emphasize that with Your Honor and ask that you consider that in lieu of educational programs. I did look at those programs online, and I just don't know that he would benefit as much from that as he certainly will from the personal.
Let me see your letter. Send that over and I'm going to ask them to bring it down.
Oh, sure. I'll do it right this moment. And I'm sending it to what address?
Lisa.
To Lisa. Got it.
Lisa at briefreport.com.
Lisa Darville. Gotcha. Got you here. Just going to put a simple Holmes letter in the subject matter. Attach this.
And by the way, Lisa, there's not a Jeffrey Conrad out there, is there? Jeffrey Conrad?
No, not on Zoom.
And I just sent that, Judge.
Okay. All right. What else?
Just gonna look at it, and given that I've
But
just
that's more personal counseling. That's not in any way tailored to substance abuse treatment, correct?
well, they are addressing that. It's not per se a substance abuse treatment, but it is personal counseling with
Who's that with? Who's
Liberty.
that with again?
Liberty Mental Health.
Okay.
They're in
All right,
Trenton.
go ahead.
Just gotta find where I was. With
This is
respect to
childish,
the-
though. This is, Mr. Holmes, this is childish. I want you to know that I know that, okay? This is ridiculous. You guys are in Dallas at a Lions football game. Now, you can't comment. This is a no contest plea. I mean, you can if you want, but I'm not asking you anything. This is what I'm reading here. You guys are at a Lions football game in Dallas, and your so-called friend entices you or asks you to call this guy and make a harassing phone call about his ex-wife and or relations with a daughter is the way I'm reading it. And I'm really troubled by it. I mean, that's why I said it's a double-edged sword. I mean, there's nothing, as far as I'm concerned, that, how do I say this? Alcohol is not an excuse for illegal conduct at all. But you're too old for this. You're 42 years old and you're acting like this. I'm telling you, I don't know. It reminds me of like a 14-year-old telling another friend of his to put a pair of sunglasses in their pocket for him and take them out. I mean, come on. At some point, you got to say, hey, listen, this is not right. What do you want to tell me, Mr. Holmes? Anything? And then I'll come back to you, Mr. Nykel. I'm still waiting on that letter. Do you want to say anything here?
I just think it's important to know that I don't know this person at all. I don't know this person. They don't know me.
What? I got that. But you're calling somebody because somebody asked you to when you're making outrageous comments. I mean, come on. You guys should have had something better to do while you're at the Lions-Dallas football game.
Judge, and that's part of what this personal counseling is all about, is to try to get into issues that might, maybe in his past that need to be addressed, that might have maybe given rise to this. He's open to change and knows that this is not him, the way he conducts himself generally. This was a radical departure from his typical lifestyle, and he would he wants the court to know, and certainly would want Mr. Conrad, if he were here, to know that this is not him. That he was, and that's
all right. He does have a clean record. I'll give you that for sure. Anything else anybody wants to say? Either you, Mr. Nykel, or you, Mr. Holmes?
Yeah, just ask that you not order monthly testing, or maybe perhaps at the beginning for a period of time. Maybe that could be modified. It just seems to be kind of extreme under the facts of this case and his testing, his needs testing. And ask that he just be able to continue the personal counseling, not attend the education classes, not attend work program. If Your Honor wishes to order something,
Yeah, he's going to have to do that.
That it would be instead.
This guy said on here he's been harassed for 5 years. Now, I'm not saying Mr. Holmes had anything to do with any of those, but that's just all right.
Just ask that it be community service in lieu of corporate program is all I'm asking.
Anything else, Mr. Holmes?
No, Your Honor.
9 months probation. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate any law or ordinance. If you change your address, your place of employment, or home telephone number, you must notify probation. You have to report as directed. No contact with the victim, Jeffrey Conrad. You cannot write, phone, see, text, email, or communicate with him or have anybody else do any of those things for you on your behalf. I do want you to attend the level 1 alcohol education program. I'm not going to require you to do the impulse control class. I'll let you do the personal counseling at Liberty Mental Health in lieu thereof. No alcohol, no illegal drugs. You're not to purchase, possess, or consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or marijuana. I'm going to make it monthly testing, chemical PBTs and ETGs for 3 months. If you're clean, then it will be on demand. Kratom poppy seeds and CBD oils are prohibited. Consuming food or other items containing those substances will be deemed a violation. I'm going to order 3 days on the court work program. There's a $35 a day charge for that, for a total of $105. $250 costs, $250 fines, $100 costs, $75 victims' rights fee, $50 justice assessment, $475 screening fees, $60 for $535. Probation fees are $180 for $715 plus court work program fees of $105. That's $820. I'm going to make the fines $200, Lisa. So it's $200 in fines, $100 costs. With your victims' rights and justice assessment, that's $425. Probation fees, as I said, are $180 for $605. Screening fees $60 for $665. With your court work program fees, everything totaled is $770. I'm going to give you a review hearing date, and you come back on that date. Mr. Nykel, you don't have to appear unless he doesn't comply. Then he's going to want to hire you. But give me a review hearing date, Lisa. Sometime it should be like late
3rd.
August.
September 3rd of 25 at 9 o'clock.
September 3rd at 9 o'clock.
Your Honor,
Can he pay all of this today, Mr. Nykel, or does he need
Can.
some time?
Yes, he can pay
Okay.
that today.
So here's what I would do. Come on in, make your payment, go down into probation, and they'll try to instruct you today. I don't know how busy they are over there. Or you can call over there, Mr. Nykel. He can either pay in person, or he could actually pay online without a fee if he wants, with his case number. So either way, but if he's gonna meet with him, he might as well just come in, but that's up to you guys, okay?
Yeah, he'll come today. Your Honor,
Thank
just
you.
one last thing to address, and that has to do with a vacation he has planned. He could, December 27th of this year till January 4th, he's supposed to go to Tampa, Florida with family, on a family vacation. Ask that he be given permission to attend that.
Oh, I'm sorry. When is that?
December 27th, 24 to January 4th, 25, Tampa, Florida.
All right, can go to Florida.
Never cruise to at the
Between December, you said between December 27th, I'm sorry.
December 27th and January 4th.
I'll just make it the 5th in case misses his flight or something. December 27th to January 5th, okay?
He has other
Leave the
plans at
state.
the end of January. Should he just approach the probation officer about that?
Yeah, have him talk to probation about that. I'm sure they'll work it out.
It's a.
Okay?
Okay, very
Thanks.
good. Thank you.
Bye.
Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.